welcome back to those of you that have tuned in before. So today I have a really exciting project to share with you, something that I decided to take up in the last couple of weeks. So to give a bit of background, basically my Disney World annual pass just expired. It was just under a week ago now, and what I decided I wanted to do was start a scrapbook to put in the pictures for the past year and all the memories I've had in my year of being a pass holder. I'd heard of scrapbooking before and I'd always wanted to get into it, but it's one of those things that you see all the stuff in the shop and it looks so baffling, and I was just like, it's too confusing to get involved in, so I'm not even gonna go there. So I decided I wanted to do a scrapbook. So I bought all the supplies now and I've got loads of really great things. I've got loads of accessories to show you, and most excitingly, I also have lots and lots of Disney and Walt Disney World themed scrapbooking papers. But yeah, that is just ultimate excitement for Disney fans. So to start off with, I've got a big purchase. I guess it's not really an essential, but if you want to maybe add little extras to your scrapbooks that you can't really find anywhere else, you might want to invest in one. It's a printer. I'm not even going to attempt to hold this up. So it is a Canon Pixma MG4250, and as you can see, I haven't even gotten it out of the box yet, so I'm not entirely sure how it runs, but I did have a look online on the scrapbooking forums at what's the best printer for scrapbooking. Well, I did some comparisons between scrapbooking forums and also just generally good printers. So it was a really hard decision actually, because in general, really good printers, the Epsons were coming up all the time, but on the scrapbooking forums, so many people said they had a Canon Pixma. And these Pixmas, there's loads of different models. So this is the one I picked. It was $59.99 in Currys PC World. And yeah, it said it does very high quality prints, so photo prints. But you can also print documents on it. It's an all-in-one, so it's got a scanner. And I think I liked it because out of the bunch, it was probably the best looking. Some of them were quite bulky and not particularly nice looking, but this is quite compact, and it's black to match the rest of my office suite. So I'm going to get this set up probably later today and I'll give it a whirl. I forgot to mention as well, that printer is actually also wireless, so you don't need to plug it into your computer. You can have it anywhere in your house. It's great because if I want to print something, I could have my laptop or even my phone up here and I can send it straight to the printer. So I think that's a really good feature. Yeah, you don't even need a laptop. You can send stuff wirelessly straight from your mobile phone to the printer. And it's also got, I don't know how to explain it. It's got one of those things in the paper tray, and you can make the paper bigger or smaller. So if you buy 6x4 photo paper in the shop, because you can get little pre-cut 6x4 photo paper, you can put that in the paper tray and you can make the paper tray smaller so that you know it's in there securely. So photo paper, just to go along with that, is a bit of an essential. I got Wilko's glossy photo paper because I'm a cheapskate. In future, if I had money, I probably would invest in Canon paper or maybe Kodak paper, something, I don't know, something with a bit more of a photography name on it. But for now, I've invested in Wilko's glossy photo paper. So 20 sheets of A4 were $2.50 and 25 sheets of 6x4 I believe were £2. Now it's worth noting they also have, this is just the glossy photo paper range, but they also had a premium glossy photo paper range, and for the same amount of sheets they were £1 extra. However, the A4, both of these two actually, are 170 GSM thickness, and the premium photo paper was 240 GSM thickness. So this is fine for what I want, because I'll mostly just be printing a couple of photos here and there. So I'm gonna move on now to the scrapbooking essentials. So first of all, don't make the mistake that I made. I bought this scrapbook from Paperchase and I thought, oh, square scrapbook, that'll be okay. And then it arrived, and then I started looking into the papers and the sizes and how do you scrapbook and things like that, and I realised that the standard scrapbook size is 12 by 12, which is a square but bigger than this. So 12 by 12 is the standard size that you will get papers in. And now you can cut the papers down to fit something like this, for example, but some of the papers I got are really pretty, so I wouldn't have wanted to cut them down. So I think this is the Paperchase's craft collection, and I think it's only 10 by 10 inches. And I believe this is like £8.50. However, I had a £5 voucher at the time, so I did not pay full price, luckily. So this is the correct size. I have not opened it yet, as you can see, because I haven't started scrapbooking yet. I've just been building up my supplies, so I'm hoping I'll get some done today because I've got some great ideas. So this came from Hobbycraft, and this was only £6 and it's 12 by 12. So Hobbycraft, a bigger scrapbook than the one I bought from Paperchase, is way cheaper, and Hobbycraft have some amazing supplies, which most of what I bought is from Hobbycraft, so you'll see all the things they have. So this is their 12 by 12 basic scrapbook, and just like the Paperchase scrapbook, it's sort of like a recycled brown material, and they've both got fabric bows to do them up. And of course they're on binders, and the reason that they are in a binder is because it gives a bit of leeway, so if your pages get thick, the book will get a bit bigger. It's worth noting as well that I'm not sure about this one. I know the Paperchase book has got 50 pages in it, and this looks to be similar, so they have 50 pages in. Just to point this out as well, if you do go into a Hobbycraft store, you can join the Hobbycraft club and you get 15% off your next purchase. Now, it's worth noting that I did not sign up for the card in store because my boyfriend already has one, so he forced me to use his. Well, he didn't really, but I was a bit baffled at the till, and he just swooped in and said he had one, so I used his card. But next time I go in the store, I will sign up. The 15% off, I do not know if that's in store or online. I know that when I've been on their website, you can sign up for this on the website, and it says 15% off your next purchase online. So if you sign up in store, I'm not sure whether that 15% off is online, in store, or both, so that's worth finding out. So the next thing I've got is a pack of mixed bright card, and I got this from Ryman Stationery. It was half price, so it was £2.99, and they're only smaller cards. I didn't get full A4 size or 12 by 12. As you can see, there's loads of different colours in there. There's blues, greens, yellows, reds, pinks and purples. And actually I bought these with a specific project in mind, but I figured that they're great anyway, because one easy thing that you can do with them is give your photos a border. So if you've got, say, a 6x4 photo, you could put it on the card and you could cut the card just slightly bigger than it, and that gives a border behind your picture. But what I'm actually going to do with it is that I wanted the piece of purple card for my Haunted Mansion page, because this is another idea for what you can do with card. What I intend to do is to get an outline of the three ghosts, the three hitchhiking ghosts from the Haunted Mansion, and I want to cut round them in purple, so I'll have a purple silhouette, and I'm going to glue it to the bottom of the Haunted Mansion page. I've then also got this really cheap Wilko Let's Create scrapbook. The reason I got this is because the city that I live in has a limited range of stationery shops, because our WH Smith just recently closed down. I'd actually forgot that we had a Ryman stationery shop, so I frantically went into Wilko's looking for purple card, and this was the best I could do because it has a purple page in the middle. But again, this would be great for just cutting out silhouettes or cutting out borders, and this was only 75p, so if you don't want to spend that much on card, this is 75p and it has loads of different colours in it. Okay, now I'm gonna go on to the sort of accessories that I've bought. So this is a bit of an essential, really. So again, Paperchase, this is 500 photo corners. Photo corners are literally just little corners of see-through sticky back to put on the four corners of your pictures, and they'll hold them down on the page. You can just get a Pritt stick. I just wanted something a bit less permanent, so these are pennies. There's 500 of them, and I think they were £2.50. My next item is a alphabetic rubber stamp set. So this is from Tiger, that really random shop that just opened up. They sell loads of really random things. And the reason I bought this is because when I was doing a bit of research, I read online that one of the essentials for scrapbooking a lot of people consider is an alphabetical rubber stamp set. The reason being is obviously you can spell out whatever words you need to on the paper. So yeah, they're rubber, they look pretty good quality, and they came with the ink. And then I went along to Hobbycraft and I got a couple of things to supplement this. In Hobbycraft I got another 3 alphabetical set. These were reduced to £1 each. They were £2 but they're currently £1. I got 3 of them. It didn't cost me much. One's just a standard uppercase ABC, one's sort of see-through and it's got shadows, and one's squared off and it's got like a heart symbol as well. Also currently on offer in Hobbycraft is their ink pads. So again, these are also currently £1, reduced from £2. So I got a really lovely lilac purple one and a plain black one, because obviously I don't think you can have enough of plain black. The reason I bought the purple one is because I want to do some Rapunzel Tangled theme pages, so I thought purple would go with that perfectly. And then my next item that you will need a ink pad for, this is by a brand called Dear Lizzie, and it's actually a date stamping set, so if you can see it a bit better there. So what you do is, like, it's a roller stamping set. You roll it around and select a number. Each number has a different phrase and you set the date on it. Just to read out a couple of them, number 1 says best day ever, and then you can change the date to whatever date you want it to say. So the date a picture was took or the date something good happened to you. I think this is kind of like a wedding type one, but you can still, there's lots of phrases on it that you can use. So there's celebrating, there's just some squiggle ones, a day in the life. One of them says big day, which is what I thought maybe it was a wedding one. And then one of them's just a really simple photographed on and the date, which is really nice. I believe this was £5. And the reason I bought this is because me and my boyfriend actually got engaged in Florida last year. So my Rapunzel Tangled theme page will be our engagement page, and I want to put the date on it. So I thought this was perfect for that. Another one from Hobbycraft. This is the brand I was telling you about, Simple Stories. It's the Enchanted range. So these are, they're called photo overlays. There's 4 4x6 and 6 3x4. So what they are is you stick them to your photos. And they're metallic frames, so if you look, this one on the front, it says in metallic, make a wish, and they all have borders and phrases like that. So if I turn it around, there's one with a castle shape on, there's one that says princess, there's one with hearts on, and the example there is actually a picture from Florida. Obviously, like I mentioned, I'm a newbie to scrapbooking. I've never used these before, so I'm hoping it's going to be relatively easy. I can imagine the only hard bit is going to be probably lining the photo up and then getting it on just perfectly. And I believe this was, I'm being a bit vague here because I can't really remember, but I believe this was probably £3 to £5. Another one, another basic one really from Hobbycraft. Again, probably £3 to £4, might have been 2. And you could probably actually make these yourself if you've got some card. But these are 4 self-adhesive photo frames, so they just make your picture look like a Polaroid basically. And I assume when I get them out, there's just going to be some glue on the back and you can just stick your picture inside them and then stick it to the page. I got a small 6x6 paper pack from Hobbycraft. I think you can even buy scrapbooks in Hobbycraft in this small size, so if you ever wanted to do a smaller scrapbook. So this is a 6x6 Seaside Fun paper pack. It's Hobbycraft's own brand. There's 24 pages, 24 double-sided pages, and they're all like beach themed stuff. So there's a blue one here with boats on waves, there's one with mermaids, beach huts, fishes and starfish. And the reason I bought this is because I thought it'd be great for maybe yacht and beach club pages, or any kind of beachy theme pages, or even if you wanted to use the mermaid. And then of course you've got the seagulls, so if you wanted to do like the seas with Nemo and friends, a page for that, you could use the seagulls and you could write mine, mine, mine. Actually, I never thought of that before, so that's a really good idea. I'm going to remember that now and use it. And then I got from there 2 basic craft punches. So what the punches are is you can put stuff, you can put card in them and cut out shapes. So that's another thing you could do with that pack of brightly coloured card I got. Or any pack of coloured card, or even just white card, you can cut out shapes. This was £2 and I think this was £2.50. Or they might have both been £2.50. This one's the shape of a butterfly, so you can cut butterfly shapes out. I thought that'd be great because during the time I was in Florida this year, they had the Flower and Garden Festival on, and as part of that they have a butterfly tent. So I'll do a page themed on the Flower and Garden Festival, and I'll use the butterfly punch. And then I got a circular punch. The reason I got a circular one is because I thought circles are pretty generic, so it's probably going to do me for loads of different pages, loads of different themes and colour schemes, so I'd say a circular craft punch is a really good one to go for. And then on top of that I got a corner punch. The reason I got the corner punch is you can edge off your photographs. So rather than your photos being pointy, you can make them cornered, which I thought I might want to do on some of the pages, particularly on the front cover. I might use this rather than having a really pointy picture. But yeah, you can use these on card as well, so if for any reason you wanted a piece of card with a circular corner rather than a pointy corner, you could use this. And this was £4, which is a little more than I would have wanted to pay, but I personally believe this is probably going to end up being an essential item. So I picked these up on a trip to Sainsbury's. Honestly, it has nothing to do with anything, but I thought I could make something nice out of it. It's 10, well, they call them luggage tags by Sainsbury's, and they're just brown paper tags, and they've got bows on the back. I actually thought this might be quite nice on the front cover, because I guess what you could do with it is take one out, write a nice message on it, make a bow here and stick it down to the piece of paper. So maybe if you're doing like a travel themed page or something, this could work really well. And I think these were £2, so not really cheap, but I saw them and I thought that they would make a really nice embellishment on a page. Scissors! A basic. I, believe it or not, did not have any scissors value crafts. They were £1 and they have them in lots of different sizes. An Uhu stick. I've never used an Uhu stick. I've only ever used Pritt stick, so I'm not sure how well this sticks, but it was in their craft section, so fingers crossed it's going to be decent. 2 metallic gel pens. These were from Wilko's. They were 50p, bargain. A ruler. Now I got this in Sainsbury's. I think it was 75p. I didn't originally have a ruler, which is why I got it from Sainsbury's and not Hobbycraft, because my local shop is a Sainsbury's. And then when I was doing a bit of reading up online on scrapbooking essentials, someone was like, a ruler, you really need a ruler. And then I've got 3 sets of glue dot. These were £1.50 each from Paperchase. However, as I mentioned, I had a £5 voucher, so for me they were free. And I think there's 16 in each pack, so it's quite a lot. They even say on the back they're good for scrapbooking. And I bought these just to stick down any stray embellishments, pictures, scrapbook pages, you know, anything like that, so you can use these for anything. I've got a couple of Harry Potter themed things now. I actually took a trip into London last weekend, and so we visited platform 9 3/4 at King's Cross, because that's the train station we came into. Okay, the first is not from there. The first is from Foyle's bookstore. Now washi tape is just brightly patterned sellotape. They had tons of it. It was £2.75, which is a lot, but I thought these colours, if you could see them, were absolutely perfect for Gryffindor. And I've got quite a few Harry Potter scrapbook pages, so there will be some Harry Potter pages, I know that for sure. So I picked this up to just use as some decoration, some embellishment, so you can put the washi tape along the bottom, the middle, the top. You can do whatever you want with it. To match that washi tape, as I mentioned, I visited platform 9 3/4, and if anyone's been there, you know that you can pose with the trolley, pretending that you're going into platform 9 3/4. But there's also 2 shops there, and they sell some random bits and pieces. They do sell some really nice Harry Potter merchandise. 2 things I noticed were some packs of stickers they had, so I bought 2 packs of stickers. So the first one I got was actually a Hogwarts Express themed sticker set. Now these were £1.95 each, so this has got all Hogwarts bits and pieces, and when I show you my scrapbooking pages, you'll see I've actually got a 9 3/4 themed paper, so this will go perfectly with that. And then I've got the Hogwarts houses, so that'll be great if there's any pages that I want to do. And I mean, you can just use these so simply. If you can't get your hands on Harry Potter scrapbook paper, you could just buy a red, yellow, blue and green card 12 by 12 page, and you could theme them on the Hogwarts houses really easily. This is my envelope of 12 by 12 scrapbooking pages. I'm not going to show you that now because I'm going to move to a different camera angle to talk through those with you. So I'll do that at the end of the video, but I just wanted to give you a heads up as to where I got my scrapbooking paper from, because obviously I wanted Disney themed scrapbooking paper. Now, just to point out, there is an excellent excellent selection of scrapbooking pages in Hobbycraft again. They have individual sheets and they also have packs of 12 by 12 pages, double-sided packs of like 50 sheets and stuff like that. So there is a good range in Hobbycraft and you can get them on websites. You can even get them in Paperchase, but they tend to be like starter scrapbooking sets, so not as extensive. However, of course, I wanted Disney themed and you cannot really get them in the shop. The only one I found in Hobbycraft was one called Simple Stories, and that's sort of like a Magic Kingdom themed thing. It's got a lot of castles and the word magic and stuff like that. So you can actually find that in Hobbycraft. But just to give you a heads up as to the two places where I bought my papers from. First place is a shop called Sunshine Scrapbooking, and I found that through a Google search. That's how I found it. And like the other shop that I bought things from, they're one of the few shops in the UK that sells stuff from a lot of the American brands such as Scrap Your Trip. Scrap Your Trip is basically exclusively Disney and Universal themed pages and embellishments. And then the second shop that I bought them from was Scrapping the Magic. The owner is a lady called Jo, and she's actually a member of a forum that I frequent when I'm not suffering from the Disney blues, and that is the DIB. It's a Florida trip planning forum. So Scrapping the Magic and Sunshine Scrapbooking both was an absolutely great service. I only paid for second class delivery, but they both came about 2 days after I purchased them, so really good service, and I'm really happy with everything I bought and reasonable prices, and of course you don't have to pay awful customs charges. The first thing I have is a really basic, boring, glittery silver piece of cardstock 12 by 12. This is from Hobbycraft and I think it was about 60p, but I wanted to use this for an Epcot page. Then got some papers that I stumbled upon on eBay. So they're Tangled Rapunzel themed papers. I was really lucky, they were £2 and £2 postage. So there's all different kinds of Rapunzel ones, and I'll be using these on my engagement pages. Life is an adventure, so these are really nice purple. Got different, I've no idea who made them. I believe they're just Disney pages. But yeah, they're really nice. And this is a great one because it's just loads of different designs and you can cut round them and put them in the corner of different pages. And this is my absolute favourite. It's the boat, which is great. It's just really romantic. It's got all the lanterns in. So I'm going to move on now to my pages from Scrapping the Magic from Jo. So yeah, this cost me, for all of these papers I'm about to show you, £17.85p before postage. It was £20 with postage. This is a Scrap Your Chip. This is a Scrap Your Chip page, Spaceship Earth. So it's just like the Epcot golf ball. This is an Animal Kingdom themed page. It's called Having a Wild Time. Again, Scrap Your Trip. Now this is some random cardstock. It actually said on the listing that it was just a Disney coloured piece of paper, so this is just a grey, and I bought this because to go with the Spaceship Earth golf ball design. This is called Now Showing, so I thought this would be great for either Universal or Hollywood Studios. And then this is a Scrap Your Trip one called On the Lot, and as you can see it's got a director's chair and a camera. It's yellow and then it's got these white bits, so what you could even do on this film strip is cut out pictures and actually fill them in. So each one of the film strips was a picture of you in either Universal or Hollywood Studios. Another Scrap Your Trip one, this is Space Mountain of course, so it's got a really nice space. Oh, and I've actually just noticed there's hidden Mickeys all over it, so there's little Mickeys in the design. You'll notice a theme here, all the mountains, so Splash Mountain. Can't see any hidden Mickeys in this one though. And of course Big Thunder Mountain. And then we've got a Adventureland Tiki Room page. So this has got like tiki and it's got birds all over it. And this is really nice. I thought I'm actually not going to use this on a Tiki Room page. I'm most likely going to use this on a Polynesian resort Trader Sam's Grog Grotto page. If you've never been to Trader Sam's, I really recommend it. It's great. Now this is the Haunted Mansion themed page. So what I want to do with this, it's got both of the wallpapers. What I want to do with it is put some fabric in the middle here with my glue gun. Some like frilly lace fabric. Then I want to have the cutout silhouette of the ghosts here, and I want to use some PhotoPass pictures we had taken outside of the Haunted Mansion. This is then from the Simple Stories set, the set that I mentioned you can get in Hobbycraft. Now, I'm not entirely sure if you can get these specific pages in Hobbycraft, but it's worth having a look before you order them. So this is the Say Cheese set. Yeah, they're all just circles with sort of Main Street USA themed Mickey Mouse colours. Annoyingly, these are double-sided, which is horrible because you have to choose which side you want to use. Here we've got the Main Street Press, and it's all newspaper themed. Again, Simple Stories, Say Cheese, Admit One, Enjoy the Show. They're all tickets, movie tickets. And then the back side is diagonal yellow stripes. Now this is an elements page, so what you do with these is you can cut them out. You cut them out and you use them as individual elements on different pages. So you can cut them out and use them sort of next to your photos, with your photos, to make, you can make like a tiled effect of different ones. And then these as well are double-sided, so you have to choose one or the other. And this is another one of those, and I assume I picked this because it's got the Mickey Mouse ears. Again, Simple Stories, Say Cheese, Magic, the newspaper themes, stars. On the other side we've got the Castle, Wish Upon a Star, Mouse and Company. This again is an elements page, but these are bigger elements. Magic, balloons, and again finally another elements page, again another size. So these are longer elements. These would fit across a whole page rather than being cut up into tiny small ones. And there's this side as well, again, smaller elements. These could go along the bottom of your pages. So I'm going to move on now to my Sunshine scrapbooking order. I spent $24.65 with Sunshine scrapbooking minus delivery. First of all, I bought this, if you can see it, Wizarding World piece of text. Thought this again really good for my Harry Potter page. I've then got 2 pieces of self-adhesive ribbon. So a Mickey themed one and a Rapunzel themed one, again for my engagement page. Right, moving on to my pages. Minnie Mouse with flowers, yellow. I thought that'd be great for Flower and Garden Fest pages. I've got an I'm All Shopped Out mini page, which is great for like a mall shopping page, any shopping pictures you might have. And to go with that, I love shopping. Again, for the Flower and Garden Fest, I've got Pretty as a Flower mini. And then this was actually reduced to 25p. It says a pile up and there's loads of cars on it. And I actually bought this because I thought what I could do is have pictures of our hire cars from the past 2 trips. This again was in the sale section, so nothing to do with Disney, but it's got USA flags in hearts. Now these pages, they call them journaling cards. So again, you can cut them out like you can with the elements pages, but I think I'd rather just keep these on the page. So this is a Harry Potter themed one, so I could cut them out and stick one of them on here if I wanted. So this is Scrap Your Trip. It's a Wizarding World Harry Potter equipment page. So there's a snitch, Hogwarts crest, Daily Prophet hat, there's all kind of things like that. There's a Marauders map Harry Potter page here from Scrap Your Trip. As I mentioned previously, a 9 3/4 page, which is just going to go perfectly with those stickers that I bought from platform 9 3/4. I've then got a Dr. Seuss page. I absolutely love Dr. Seuss. These are again journaling cards, so you can cut them out. I actually got a collection of journaling cards for the Magic Kingdom, so they're all themed on different lands. This is the Fantasyland journaling cards, so they're all based off the rides in Fantasyland. And then Frontierlands, and then the same thing for Tomorrowland. Oh my gosh, I nearly called it Spaceland. What's wrong with me? We've then got a Green Eggs and Ham page. I love this, it is so cute. And then here is Blizzard Beach, and the same thing for Typhoon Lagoon. The same thing again. This actually says Sunshine Scrapbooking on it, so she makes some of these pages herself. Again, more cutouts. You cut them out and you stick them on different sheets of paper. Here's another Simple Stories Say Cheese collection sheet. Again, it's double-sided. I actually bought 2 of these because I knew I wouldn't be able to decide between which page I wanted. Then I have some amazing Star Wars themed paper here. This is the Star Wars one. It's got lightsabers and Mickey heads, stormtroopers and Darth Vader. So I'll use this for some Hollywood Studios pictures. And then I've got a close-up of Darth Vader's jacket, and I had to get this to match the amazing dress my boyfriend got me for my birthday. And then finally I got this Mickey cartoon strip one, and the reason I got this is because I thought it might be really nice this on the cover just to illustrate that it's all Disney stuff, but at the moment I'm not sure how I'll use this, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. So that's everything, that's a wrap. I really hope you enjoyed my video. I really hope that you liked all the scrapbooking supplies I've got, and if there's anyone who you're massively into scrapbooking and I'm making loads of errors in anything I'm saying, it'd be great if you could let me know in the comments. And if there's anyone that wants to share any scrapbooking pages, seriously let me know in the comments. I would love to see stuff. Or of course, as ever, you can check out my Instagram, my Twitter. Let me know what you thought of all my bits and pieces that I bought. So once again, yeah, thanks for joining me, and I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great scrapbooking adventure.